Hello, my friends. This is Jeff Yalden, celebrity teen and family life coach and suicide prevention expert. Over the past week, I have followed closely the story of Leila Acorn, the young lady, the transgender, who decided to take her own life, leaving behind a message that simply said, "My death needs to mean something." I've been asked by people to share my thoughts and opinions. And so I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions knowing that there's going to be negative feedback and also there might be some positive feedback. But in the end, I think there's really only one person that can judge us. Only one person that judges us for how we live or who we are. And that's the man upstairs. I hope you take my words and I hope you listen to them carefully. Because I want to honor Leila in her message that simply said, "My death needs to mean something." Listen, I am not honoring the death of Leila. What I am honoring is simply the message where she says, "My death needs to mean something." There are many people. This has been a national outcry for help and asking for justice to be served. I am honoring the people who were conflicted with their sexuality or sexual orientation. I am honoring the people that are searching for meaning and understanding in life and looking for help. But also the people that push away the messengers because they think the messengers don't understand what they're going through. So first and foremost, before I really say anything, I want to send my sincere condolences to Leila's friends, to the community, to Leila's parents and family members, to the school district, and to everybody that is hurting from this story, and to people that are even hurting in their own lives. First of all, to send a message by the taking of your life to make a point, I think is wrong. Suicide is never the answer. It is wrong. It is selfish. In my opinion, it's a permanent action to a temporary problem. We all deal with pain. We all deal with challenges. But I think what we need to do is lose our ego, open our hearts, and seek help, knowing that what we are going through right now is temporary, and with the proper help, we can get answers to our questions. So the first point I'd simply like to make is this. The scorn and the bashing of the parents, I think that needs to stop. I know people are calling for the parents to be prosecuted and charged for their daughter's death. What does that help? What is that going to do? Is it going to bring Leila back? No. My friends, Leila is not coming back. Leila is not walking through the doors. So I don't think this is something where we need to bash the parents because that's not going to help. What we need to do is find a solution. We need to be part of the solution and not the problem. And bashing the parents is being more of the problem and not the solution. I want to give my opinion on the parental responsibility here. Not just on Leila's parents, but on all parents who have a child that might be transgender, might be gay, or might be lesbian. Hey, listen. I think there's a great difference between unconditionally loving our children and unconditionally supporting our children. You can unconditionally love your child, but not support your child's choices. To unconditionally support your child is to love and to support your child even though you might not accept the choices of your child. In this case, you might not support the sexual orientation, the sexuality. Your son or daughter might be bi, gay, lesbian, or transgender. What I think we need to do as parents is unconditionally love and support our children. In this case with Leila, I think her parents wanted her to be the perfect little Christian straight boy. And I don't think Leila was the straight little boy that her parents wanted her to be. So here's where I get into your family's morals and values. Number one, I'm glad as a family you have morals and values. You might be a Christian, you might be Catholic, you might be Muslim or Hindu, you might be black or white, Jewish, Protestant, Christian. Hey, listen. When we as a family are raising children, I don't care if you run around your house naked, throwing salt over your shoulder, yelling kumbaya. The bottom line is simply this. The morals and values of parents might not be supported by your children's morals and values. Our children are growing and they're learning. Our children are trying to find meaning in life. And how do they do that? Through experience. Do you agree with it? Maybe not. Do I agree with it? Doesn't really matter. In the end, I think it's unconditionally loving and supporting our children in their growth to become the people that they want to be. So you can argue all you want about being Christian or Catholic, the church, the Bible, God. In the end, I feel that there is only one person that judges us, and that's the man upstairs. So if your child is conflicted and going through a phase in life, then it's something that I think as parents we need to support, and we need to embrace them in their journey. And that's where I think the family may have gone wrong, or the family did go wrong. The family tried to take Leela to a Christian counselor thinking that, hey, we can fix this, we can fix this. We don't fix children, we fix cats and dogs. We teach our children, our morals and values set the example, but in the end, we need to embrace our children because they might not buy into our teachings. But I think ultimately, we set an example. And it might not be the example that they're going to follow, but that doesn't mean that we still don't love and support our children. So there's a bigger message here, a message that supports Leela's cry for help. My death needs to mean something. And to Leela's family, it does mean something to me. To Leela's friends and all the people that are saddened and devastated by this suicide. It means this. To the parents and adults, let's not fix our children. Let's unconditionally love and support our children and their journey to become the people they want to be. To all the young people that are hurting and thinking that suicide might free them from the pain, let's understand that suicide is never the answer and it only transfers the pain, leaving many people asking, what could I have done differently? Let's try and help people. Let's try and be part of the solution, not the problem. Let's do it now. Let's forgive people quicker than what we judge people. And young people, I want you to understand this. One of the greatest things that you can do is choose to lose your ego and open your heart. And find people that will help you. Someone that you can talk to. A professional that you trust and respect and whose opinions you value. Because the death, the suicide of a person is not the message that we need to send to deliver a message that we want people to hear. But when we overcome our problems and circumstances and challenges, our voice can be a greater message in the end. We need your voice. And Leela, there are millions of people that wish that your voice could have still been heard. Rest in peace.